Hello children. Let's continue with the chapter 1 integers of standard 7. We are here near the end of the chapter. This is exercise 1.4 question number 6 and 7. We have been studying about use of integers and we are using it for the practical purposes. We have been discussing about the division of integers. Let's proceed. Question number 6 goes as: in a class test, +3 marks are given for every correct answer and -2 marks are given for every incorrect answer, and no marks for not attempting any question. So, if a child makes something correct, a question correct, he is entitled to get +3 marks. If the question goes incorrect, -2 marks are awarded. That means whatever he gets from it, -2 will be deducted. And if the child is not at all attempting any question, there will not be any loss, no gain also. Now Radhika scored 20 marks. If she got 12 correct answers, how many questions has she attempted incorrectly? Now let us solve this first sub question here. Now this Radhika's total score is 20, but she has got 12 correct answers. Now let's start with the solution. Here marks given for one correct answer is 3, that is +3, +3. So in that case, because she has got 12 correct answers, the total marks she must have got should be 3 multiplied by 12, that is 36. Now 36 should have been her scores, but her actual scores are only 20. That means there is loss of marks. This loss of marks is because of incorrect answers. So here, marks obtained for incorrect answer, it will be total, that is 20, minus she should have been getting 36. So the marks obtained for incorrect answer, it is 20 minus 36, that is -16. 16 is the marks that is lost. Minus gives you the meaning that there is a loss of marks. Now, for every incorrect answer, there is -2 marking. But she has in all lost -16. So, the number of incorrect answers will be -16, that is to be divided by -2, which gives you 8 as the answer. So, the number of incorrect answers will be 8. So, we can say that Radhika has attempted 8 questions incorrectly. Let's proceed with the next part of the question. This is Mohini, who has scored -5 marks in the test, though she has got 7 correct answers. We are supposed to find out the number of incorrect answers she has attempted. So now again, marks given for 7 correct answer will be 3 multiplied by 7, that is 21. 3 is being multiplied because for every correct answer, +3 mark is awarded, and she has got 7 correct answers. So the in all score for her is 21. But she has got -5. That means there is loss of marks. She should have got 21. She has got -5. So the loss is there, and we are now going to find out the loss. The loss would be -5, that is her total score, minus the actual score that would have been, that is 21. In all, she has lost 26 marks. So we are getting the answer as -26. Minus stands for loss of marks. So in all, she has got -26. Now let us find out the number of incorrect questions. For that, We have noted down for every incorrect answer she has got -2. So the number of incorrect answers will be -26 that she has lost divided by -2. So the total number of incorrect answer it is 13. So we will say that Mohini has attempted 13 questions which are incorrect. Now the last question of the exercise and the chapter. An elevator descends into a mine shaft at the rate of 6 meters per minute. Here there is an elevator, that is a lift, which is descending, that is going down into a mine shaft. So there is a mine. You must have been studying about mine. We have various types of mines for getting the minerals. So the people over there go down with the help of either lift or they have ropeways for getting down in the mines. Here there is a lift which is going down at the rate of 6 meters per minute. That means in 1 minute the lift goes down by 6 meters. So in 2 minutes the lift will go down by 12 meters. It will continue this way. Now the descent starts from 10 meters above the ground level. Now the person, whoever is going down, is not going down from the ground level. He is going down from 10 meters above the ground. So we will see that here there is the ground level and somewhere here the person starts moving. So this distance is 10 meters. How long will it take to reach -350 meters? So this -350 meters is below the ground, so it is written with a minus sign. Ground level will be considered as 0 meters. Above the ground it is positive. Below the ground it is negative. That is why above the ground it is 10 meters, below the ground -350 meters. Now let us find out the total distance travelled by the lift. So 10 meters above and 350 meters below makes it total 360 meters. So the lift has travelled 360 meters. With this, let us proceed. Starting position of the mine shaft is 10 meter. Final position is -350 meter. So now we are going to find the total distance travelled. That will be 10 minus -350 because it's going down. That's why. So when we solve it, it will be 10 plus 350, that is total 360 meters. This much the lift has travelled. Now, time taken to cover a distance of 6 meters is 1 minute. But we have to check out for 360 meters. So we are going to divide it and get the answer. So time taken to cover a distance of 360 meters will be 360 divided by 6, which is nothing but equal to 60 minutes, which is equal to 1 hour. So we can say that the lift or the mine shaft reaches 350 meters below the ground after 1 hour. It takes complete 1 hour to get to that point, that is 350 meters below the ground. I hope the integer chapter was very interesting because you have seen a lot of real life usage of integers. With this we come to the end of the topic, but integers is such a topic that has application everywhere in mathematics. So we will be continuing studying the same thing again and again. By that time, thank you all of you. Thank you for now.